grew up pretty close to Connecticut. Just were you ever a UConn fan? Like, what was your experience with UConn before the college search?
Yeah, I mean, I always watched UConn when I was young, and obviously, like, it's a lot of people's dream school, like, dream place to be. I mean, it's the basketball capital of the world, so I'm super excited to be here and be able to play for such an amazing program.
Did you ever come up to any games while you were growing up?
I didn't, but I'm super excited that now I get to play in them, so like, I think that's really cool.
What was it about UConn that drew you here?
Yeah, I think it's just like the history of it, and obviously like the coaching staff is super successful, and they've had so much success here. I'm just like really hoping to be part of that and hoping to bring national championships to UConn as well.
So with all that in mind, have there been any moments where you've had to pinch yourself, being like, holy cow, I'm here?
Yeah, I think at the beginning it was kind of like, oh wow, like I always dreamed of being at a place as great as this. So I think I'm just super excited to get to work here and to be able to contribute to what they've already created here.
You've been a teammate with Sarah Strong on USA Basketball, and you went up against her twice last year. What is that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's super cool. I love Sarah so much on and off the court. I love to play with her. She's such an amazing player, super talented in so many different ways. So I'm super excited to get the chance to play with her for 3 years. So I'm super excited.
Was that playing against UConn twice last year? Like, do you get to like an idea of like what the program is like?
Yeah, I think especially like being able to play them at their place. I think that's like super cool. It was super cool atmosphere, and I just think that it's really cool to be able to play in that like every home game this year.
Has it been weird at all coming onto a team that ended your season?
I mean a little bit, but I think that it's the place I need to be, and it's the place that I think I can even become the best version of myself.
What's been the biggest adjustment so far?
I'd say the intensity. I think it's a lot higher than where I was previously at. So I think I'm super excited, and I know that it's going to be like a place that makes me like the best version of myself, as I said, and it's going to push me to be even better.
How does playing in the Big Ten, coming into the Big East now, how is that going to help you with that experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Big Ten obviously had a lot of amazing games like every night, so I think I'm super excited to be able to play at UConn because they pack their schedule, even the non-conference play, so I think that I'll be prepared for that, and I'll just be super excited to play against some really great teams.
What when you decided to go to USC, like it's so far, like were you comfortable with going that far away, or then when you got there, did you realize like you wanted to be closer to home, or how did that?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I've always been super close to my family, so going to USC, like I didn't really think I was gonna ever go that far, which is crazy because it happened to be the furthest one that I was considering. But I mean, I think at the time I really thought it was the place that I would be able to be the best version of myself. But I think that now I'm back home, I think that'll make me feel a lot better. I get to see my family more often. They get to come to the games and stuff. So I think I'm just excited for them to be able to be more a part of the journey.
If you have like a bad day, you have
right.
someone to
yeah, I'm like less than 2 hours away, so like I'm super excited to just be able to see them all the time.
Who has been obviously like AZ stepping into this leadership role, but who on this team, as everybody's figuring out who they are, where they belong, who's kind of helped that process come together as like the leader?
Yeah, I think AZ for sure. Hey. I think also, I would say Caroline. I feel like Caroline's a really good leader for our team, and she always gives me tips, gives everyone else tips. Like, she'll take the board and drop a play, like, because I'm still learning, like, all the plays and stuff, so she'll, like, give me some tips on what I can run as the point guard and everything. So I think that she's been a really good leader, and AZ as well. I think AZ, and even Ash. I think Ash has stepped into a leadership role, especially this year. She's an upperclassman now, so I think that she's really stepping into that and taking that role.
What about the off-the-court stuff? Who's kind of making sure you guys are all together and, it's not just basketball all the time?
I honestly think it's like a mixture of everybody. I think that we all just really love each other, and I feel like even only being here for a few weeks, I think I already feel the love here, and I think that it's just really cool how close the team is and how much that we just really want to be a part of each other's success.
You were born in Connecticut before you moved to New York. Did you spend a lot of time coming back up here?
Not as much. I do have some family in Connecticut, so like I'd come like every so often just to visit them and stuff. But I'm on the border of Connecticut and New York, so I've really just been in New York.
What are your favorite parts of your game? How do you feel like you kind of fit stylistically with this group?
Yeah, I think my favorite parts of my game is probably like I love to pass and then look for my teammates and get them in places where they can be successful. So I think that having so many talented players on the team, that it's going to be really fun to be able to pass to them and have them hit shots, have them make some big plays for our team.
What's been the biggest things you're looking to work on here, during the off-season?
I would probably say my pace. I think sometimes I go one speed, so I want to be able to like change pace, change speed on the court, and I think also like a more consistent three-point shot.
Is it kind of hard going from, you were just a freshman at USC, and now you're kind of you're a sophomore now, but you're kind of still in that rookie first year kind of
Yeah.
mindset. How's that transition been?
I think it's been a little bit easier just because I already have one year of college under my belt, but I think that it's a lot different, and it's like you kind of get a little bit more of that like freshman feel just because you're at a new place. But I think that I'm a little bit more experienced than a freshman would be, so I think I'm just excited to just learn more about like what the UConn program has to offer, and I think that so far it's been really cool to look for.
How bad did you want to beat UConn when you guys played them this year?
Yeah, I mean it was one of our goals last year to beat UConn, and we got to do it once, but yeah, no, it was really cool, especially to do it on an away court. So I think that was like a cool experience. But I'm just excited to be part of UConn now.
And is it hard to change the mindset to go from wanting to beat UConn to wanting to beat everyone else?
No, I think my mindset always is try to win. So it doesn't really matter who I'm playing for. So I think that every game is big. Every game has its standards to live up to. So I think that I'm super excited to just get as many wins as possible.
How do you reflect back on that game at the Excel Center, right? And obviously we can't see into the future. You didn't know that this is where you would be this time, but now being here, looking back on, oh wow, I was in that hallway. I'm going to be in this locker room now. Like, just kind of how do you reflect back on that game back there?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I take away from that game is just like the passion that the fans have. I think it was one of the most difficult environments we played in last year, so I think it's really cool to be on that side of it now and have that support from the fans here.
Did you have a lot of friends and family at that game?
I did have a lot of friends and family at that game. Yeah, there were a lot of people there. I actually ran out of tickets to give to people, so they actually had to buy some on their own. But yeah, it was cool to have some people there for a big game like that.
So that gave you a taste of like what it would be like to play closer
Yeah,
to home.
it really did.
What does it mean to you? You know, you've spoken about being close with your family, but just to know that, you know, a college career is for your whole family, right? And that they get to have that access to your games now and have that closeness to you.
Yeah, I think it's super important for me and my family. As I said, like we're really close, so I think that it makes it that much more special, especially for like even like my grandpa, he played basketball, so he's super excited to be able to come to more games, and just like the rest of my extended family that didn't really get to go to many games in person when I was at USC.
Who do you think is the most excited that they're going to get to go to more of your games?
I would probably say my grandpa. My grandpa on my mom's side, he played basketball, so he's like the one person in my family that played basketball, so he's just really excited to watch me play.
Is he in New York?
Yeah.
What is the biggest lesson you're taking from your year at USC to applying here?
I think probably that I need to get a little bit stronger. I think that I need to like try to be a little more rougher, like just offensively and defensively, and I think that I just need to be a little more aggressive, so I think I learned that. And then obviously just like learning what parts of my game I have to fix, like my pace and my three-point shot, just getting that a little more consistent. I think that's what I really took away from my year.
What's it been like working with this coaching staff so far? What's stood out about Gino and CD especially?
Yeah, I really like them a lot. I feel like I have a really good relationship with them already, and I feel like I'm just super excited to continue that relationship with them. I think that they're really hard on me, and they're really hard on other players, which brings out the best in them. So I'm just excited that there's people that really care about my development, and they're going to try and make me the best version of myself.